Have you noticed how common exhaustion feels lately? Not dramatic burnout, just a constant sense of being on. And it doesn't feel isolated, it feels widespread. Like a lot of people are quietly noticing the same thing. That normal life feels heavier than it used to. Life can start to feel like something you're always adapting to. You wake up already adjusting, managing stimulation, managing pace, managing expectations. It takes effort just to feel baseline calm. People are functioning, they're showing up, they're producing, but they're rarely resting. Fatigue gets treated like a personal weakness, like something to push through or fix. So there's this quiet pressure to keep up, to normalize feeling strained, to assume this is just how things are now. And underneath that, a confusing question. Why does normal life feel so taxing? Here's a helpful way to look at it. Modern systems are designed around output, speed, efficiency, productivity, constant availability. They reward responsiveness. They reward endurance. They reward staying engaged. But the human nervous system wasn't designed around constant output. It evolved around rhythms, natural pauses, environmental cues, clear cycles of effort and recovery, light that changes through the day, sound that rises and falls, movement followed by stillness, periods where nothing is demanded. Modern environments don't account for that. They don't build regulation into the design, so the regulation gets pushed onto individuals. People adapt by suppressing signals of fatigue, staying alert longer than is natural, normalizing exhaustion as a baseline state, not because they're weak, but because adaptation is what nervous systems do. Over time, this mismatch becomes familiar. Feeling tired becomes normal. Feeling on becomes constant. And rest stops feeling fully restorative. Seen this way, the problem isn't personal, it's structural. People aren't failing inside modern life. They're compensating within it. No villains, no blame. Just a system designed for output, and human biology designed for regulation. And when those two don't line up, strain becomes the default. When you see things this way, exhaustion starts to look different. Not as a flaw, not as something to fix, but as a signal. A nervous system responding to the conditions around it. When regulation isn't built into the environment, strain becomes predictable. And that changes the story people tell themselves. Instead of, I can't handle life, the frame becomes, life wasn't built with regulation in mind. That's not an excuse. It's clarity. Most systems today are designed to keep things moving, not to help bodies settle. So regulation gets treated like an individual responsibility, something you're supposed to manage on your own. But nervous systems don't work in isolation. They respond to light, to space, to rhythm, to the environments they're placed in. This is where the perspective shifts. Biology first, environment matters, and awareness comes before optimization. Not more effort, not better hacks. Just understanding how humans actually function inside the world they're in. For many people, this perspective brings relief, because it explains a feeling they've had for a long time, that something feels off, but not because they're failing. If you've ever felt out of sync, like you're adapting all the time, this view makes space for that experience. It says, you're not broken, you're not weak, you're responding intelligently to what's around you. And that realization can be settling. There's nothing to fix here, nothing to optimize, just a clearer understanding of why your experience makes sense. If this way of seeing things resonates with you, if it helps you make sense of your own experience, I've shared more context in a free guide that explores this perspective in greater depth. Not as a solution, not as a promise, just a deeper explanation of how nervous systems interact with modern environments. It's linked below if you want it. And if not, that's okay too. This video stands on its own. Sometimes, understanding is enough to let the system breathe.